Welcome to Loleventvods. These are the best highlights of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
That well versus the bold spin to win. G2 do, however, because you can find those inroads in those team fights again and get some huge trades. Speaking of that, though, Larson, understand that he gets a great trade.
Maybe I talked him up too early. Malrang's here. Cap might have to burn the flash. Shield sets up, or rather, Wind becomes lightning. Cap's going to buy some time with Skewmont in the area. A turn possible, but Cap's, he hit a shuriken flip on a minion there. Not the cleanest setup to go back into Larson.
And again, that's why we like this kind of matchup. One missed skill shot can make an awful lot of difference. And, you know, Larson's been an aggressive laner for many points of his career.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now Renaissance will be getting into a bit of a scary range there. Of course, the Ignite on Adam. Pay attention to that.
True. Judgment is starting to build up work as well, as I assume it's first setup as Malrang's flashed on. Twist advance already used. Caps gets the shuriken flip, and rather it's just Fan of Knives setting up the passive as well. Malrang in so much trouble. A Bramble smash and sets up to flip back in. Caps with first blood while LeBron makes sure execute.
Continue to have control over this mid lane. Always a little bit dangerous pushing up as a melee champion. Skewmont going on towards those grubs. Doesn't have his level 6 just yet as well. Such a game-changing ability from that Maokai. Gives you such easy engage across the board. BB on the weak side of the map. We've not really in his grasp right now.
Weird when you get stunned, but you still get the Q off, so he just moved. He just did the cha-cha slide to the ward.
Slide. My favorite animation weird pro moment. Season 5 Worlds, Victor versus Darius. I can't remember which matchup it was. Gravity Field, Darius froze Darius midway through ult, which is the stretch frame. So you had a Darius about 3 times as tall as he should have been.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious. I'm sure there are pictures of it somewhere.
I mean, janky, like, before I think season 7 or 8,
yeah.
League of Legends, when it had bugs, they were janky. Maybe they still are. Dragon's going to be taken down. Adam just gets pounced up by LeBron. He'll be able to clear this wave fine. Remember, Adam's got courage.
Jax is probably the least valuable because the Alice is a better version of it. Oh, good trade from Caps.
Shuriken flip is clean as anything. Yeah, LeBron moves in as well. G2, there's a chance of getting 6 grubs versus a Garen. I mean, that Garen, he wants some pushing power. This is rough.
And I mean, the thing is, when you have a heavy melee team, it's hard to use your grubs effectively, especially when now Garen's up to the point where he just wave clears for forever and whatever. Of course, you deny them from the other team, but the big thing is, if Rogue misstep now, and in game 1, they didn't necessarily play the...
Must be good jungle tracking here because Skewmont is, Larson just ran in. He steals the Alistar ult though, to be fair, it might be doable. Adam's also on the way in, and it could be a bait that G2 have to play with, but with Chains of Corruption, with Skewmont, infinite CC hack successful. Larson has flashed out, Ignite has ticked over, and that TP, maybe in the end.
Bad TP, and G2, very good at punishing.
And that Riftmaker, he hasn't gone back, he must be sitting on a lot of gold. So, I'd assume Riftmaker, then maybe
successful for Rogue, or more successful in that first game. Hasn't led to much value right now. However, BB might have overstayed.
Maybe he can get the wave. Cannon minion is what I'm looking at here, but Adam might have an opportunity. Free ulti, okay, it's a bait. Adam now has his first kill in the game. Cap's going to be trading with topside turret.
Yeah, the leap strike cancelled out, well played by Execute. However, on the other side, the cross map comes through. 6 grubs means that two attempts at the tower. Caps will take that one. 425 gold, as if he weren't fed enough already. Has Leandris, didn't go for the Riftmaker.
Yeah, okay.
So he's gone towards the first attempt.
I think there's more to tell here as Hans Summer is face checking into Patrick. Patrick feeling confident about this. One Chain's Corruption come out. Hans is going to barrier for now. He's got range about.
First mentioning it all the same. If he walks into Adam, it's a Q.
Oh, against Broken Blade, he's still a bit more confident. He's got Ignite now as well. Good little counter strike, and Execute coming in means we're going to rinse and repeat. Adam flashes down, even under turret. Execute will take it up. Shattering strike, and another kill. Broken Blade jumps away. Judgment was not available. Let's call it justice, because that's what it would have been if Adam found kill number 2.
Oh, so close. Adam very, very nearly comping up again. Labrov has the minion taxi.
Yeah, this time, this is going to be an easy kill. Returned over to Execute. Hans Summer, with Lebron's help, lands on the CC. Adam's just trying to get something back. He's got Demacia Injustice up and available again to cut through the Unbreakable Will. He needs a bit more damage, but Adam chunked up, slowed down Hans Summer. Going to poke him to the ground. Skewmont's now made his way in, along with the rest of the dive from G2. Is going to shred their comp. Herald going to be started now.
Starting up now, and we did say, look, Rogue didn't have the best vision control around this. They put a couple of wards down. This is the moment where if Larson wants to make an impact and steal something like a Maokai, I think this is the time to do. I don't think you want to give up a Rift Tower with 6 grubs, can you? I know they were behind on the map, but this feels like Rogue not contesting this. That's just going to be free mid-turret down. The map's going to open up. G2 get it for free, and they're very happy with that.
I like against 6 grub comp, and they're going to take Dragon. Larson's up there having a tea party with the minions. Mid-turret's gone. Dragon's about to drop as well because no one can step up to Caps unless there's 3 members.
But what is Rogue going to do about this? You have just lost 2 turrets. A dragon here as well. And what have you gained? A little bit of time farming up all three
The
lanes.
swap again from G2. Can't say how clean it was enough as Adam's just trying to defend here, using Strikebreaker as best he can. The range from G2 being used. Maxwell, no, finally, a fight is there, but Chains of Corruption. Execute's going to get wiped. Larson TPs, but not a moment too late. G2 already away with the play, waiting for the next wave. Caps, look how deep it is. Caps is coming from behind, Broken Blade, the Jacks from downtown, from down away. A flash away from Adam, but the rest of the team are zoned out. It's a sick headbutt as Larson will take the Unbreakable Will, but you got to watch out. Caps in the middle, even though he's low, he'll survive. Oh! He's just that strong, baby. G2, all 5 members stand tall, and while summoners go down, Rogue are getting nothing.
The Omnivan from the Riftmaker, keeping Caps alive. They'll return to the Atakan. I don't really think Rogue have much to say about it. Feels like they have ran out of ammunition all too soon.
They just keep baiting them in. I mean, G2 can turn once again. The health bars provide. Broken Blade also now with the Sundered Sky, 2-item Jacks. They're going to commit to it, it looks like, at 5k, but if you look at your clock, you'll notice there is no Rogue on it this game, or at least this series. Atakan down, GA's enabled. Dragons up in 45, another reset for G2 to test the waters again.
Yeah, and now they can use that Atakan for the next big objective.
So far, outside of that one gank, that one bait bot, but he's never run away with the game. You look at Larson as well on this Silas, constantly gapped in lane by Caps. As you look at him onto Malrang, we're going to get a 1v2 eventually, but Malrang, will he survive until then? The all-in with the rest of Rogue, as Caps is probably just bored at this point. He runs in, GA popped, and Larson takes the ulti. But my friends, you look at the rest of the optimism is high.
I mean, oh, hang on, BB.
He does still have GA, but 200 gold is 200 gold. Counter-Strike is out. It blocks the AD members, so Broken Blade gets to leap over.
And while this is happening again, just look, I mean,
Atakan has been done a while ago. The GA's at least expired. I truly wonder if Larson can win this, but I think the answer's probably no. Double buffs there for Broken Blade. Ulti for ulti. Let's have a go. At least we get to see some action. Larson slowly getting whittled down, and eventually the Sundered Sky will come back in, give him a bit more leverage. There it is. Larson heals up with the Kingslayer, but Broken Blade only 1v1. Leprov, go away. No one cares. Leprov! It doesn't count. Broken Blade got some pawn. I think that's worthwhile. I speak the mind of the people.
Baron getting started up, and G2, again, fighting really hard to just deny any sort of vision. Larson does have teleport. He is on one side of the map, but they're not going to be anywhere close to it. And Rogue, much like much of this series, not really having an answer to it. They're farming, well, I mean, he is teleporting now. Half HP on the Baron. Do they really feel like they can force something now?
All right, Execute, show me the best support steal of a Baron I've ever seen. The Ents go out, they slow down, Larson goes in, but Baron's gone. Now for G2, the fight begins finally, a team fight ensues. We haven't had one of those this game, but Rogue are losing it so handily. Hansaman flashes the back of the pit, and while Larson looks to go in to find a target, he's in the middle of 3. Hans is dicing, dancing between while the rest of Rogue have already run away. And to Larson's credit, he does get a kill, but Caps is still healthy enough. On top of him, Shuriken Din. Meanwhile, Broken Blade died to Adam, so props to Rogue. They
say that one.
Nice one. I love it. Justice. Hell yeah. The most satisfying Gyarados
pushed down the last resistance of Rogue.
Rob waiting in a bush though. Adam probably didn't expect that, but the Rob just disengages and zones off because you look at top, they're going to go for the turret. Here we go. Demazi Justice again. All right, G2. Maybe not as safe as you thought in this game. Broken Blade at half HP. Rogue get another.
Forgets that Alistair ultimate doesn't stop true damage and there's an engage coming through.
Yeah, but there's a Chains of Corruption and Execute's in harm's way. Skumon taking enough, and now that Nature's Grasp was out with a good Bramble Smash, he disengages but over the wall. Malrang follows up until Broken Blade runs in himself. There's no more justice available as Execute is a free target. Patrick now pounced on as well. The Zonya's coming in handy as Broken Blade meets with Larson. He's rejoined in with the Scott Duck mid-air. Broken Blade still wants to take it, but he'll die too. G2 are playing with it while Caps is thinking about his entrance.
But Hands was out of position if something else would happen. Teleport into the top side of the map. Broken Blade has Sterak's now for even more survivability. Elder in 40 seconds though, so we may well have an objective trade if we want to slow this down. But the Baron is being forced by G2.
G2 are doing this pretty fast. Broken Blade zoning one side, Caps the other. Skumon ready to turn. Nature's Grasp is sent out, and Adam not going to be caught by him. ECG2 forget the Baron looking for the fight. Broken Blade jumps in and Larson will steal the Unbreakable Will, but a good Shattering Strike set up with the Magnet Storm from Rel. Hunt Summer engaged on the backline by Larson, but Execute's already dead before they can help out. And once again, the Compass 3. Larson, it worked last time, but they're stronger now. A double meanwhile by Captain Broken Blade chasing down the final pieces of Rogue. Adam taking enough to deal with Broken Blade, I say that, but over the wall and over again. Adam is running, but he's got no friends. Under this turret, this will be his last call, and Broken Blade, he's going to take care of it all. 16-5 in the end, he might run forever, but G2 with a 2-0 is what you can take away from this perfect ending series.
A little bit long on the time, but never really in question. Rogue were out macroed, and G2, their coaches will be very happy with how clean the closeouts were.
Yes, they will indeed. G2 still on top, still looking good. Here in the LEC Spring, 3-0. Not dropping a single game at the start of this all.
Never really in question, was it? Maybe a little bit slow at some moments.
Yep.
Something to tighten up there, but realistically G2 played out the compositions the way that they were meant to be. I think Caps played absolutely fantastic.